All right, welcome back, y'all. My hood to your hood. We got another episode. Special guest in here right now, Mr. Charles Holley. Appreciate you for coming out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bro, I brought you in because, like I said, I was talking to you a little bit earlier. I'm real intrigued, bro. I feel like what you're doing, you're making a lot of people aware of things that they just was oblivious to and just was looking over. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm on to you, and like I said, that's why I brought you out, because I want to know more. You know what I mean? So maybe I can help you out along the way. You know what I'm saying? Because as of right now, I feel like you're on this crusade by yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels that way on this side too.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. We just want to, you know what I'm saying, get to know a little bit more about what's going on, man.
Absolutely. Well, I'm Charles Holley. I'm a 2008 graduate of Anson High School, and I love this county. I've grown up here, but I went to Montgomery Community College, got a forest management degree. So I got a 2-year degree in that, and somehow I ended up in to the utility sector of forest management, vegetation management is what they call it now. So for a grand understanding of what I do for a living, I am a work planner on the vegetation side of Duke Energy Progress, planning vegetation work along their infrastructure projects. They're trying to upgrade the grid and get it more reliable. It's my job to see the project from the beginning to the end, make sure that project is handled appropriately. The budget is spent, not going over budget and being on time. So that's basically my job as a whole, but it led into being interested in the county and knowing how my job works, dealing with budgets, dealing with different things. I started noticing our county finances were in some issues. I don't know if you have as well, but when the county finance is overseen by the state government, it concerned me. And so it led me to really run for county commissioner, which turned into learning more about my community. And I started learning particular things that were costing the citizens a lot of money. When if you're not paying attention, you just think that it's normal everyday business. But it's really not. It's costing us millions and millions of dollars. And y'all are from here, just like I am. You know that ain't nothing changed. And if you knew millions of dollars was going down the creek, just being wasted, you'd be upset about it, right? Yeah. So that's where I come in. That's how I found a caveat. I found a lane, and I've been on this crusade for the last at least 6 months. Okay. And I hope to stay on, really.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
so I've been going.
That's a great question. It really has to start back to the county being on the LGC unit assistance list. Y'all know what that means?
No.
Yeah, so that basically means the county's finances are not up to a suitable standard for the government, the state of North Carolina, and they put them on this unit assistance list in theory to assist them in getting their finances back in order, and that way they can be in good standing with the state of North Carolina. But I found out that we were on the LGC's unit assistance list around 2018, and that led me to diving in deep. And so the county as a whole has, since 2018, changed their finances, and it's gotten better. But we were still losing money every single year. We run a revenue neutral tax rate. Do y'all know what that means?
No.
All right, revenue neutral taxes means they take the tax revenue from the previous year and they collect that amount. They try to get as close as they can to that amount, and what it'll be is just a few pennies or a few $100s over, but it won't be no more than that. So you can't plan for tomorrow with revenue neutral taxes. So that's how your slush fund, they pull out of it to run the government, not planning for tomorrow, not planning for things to fail. And when those things fail, they're going to fail. They cost money. That's how you pull money out of your general fund to cover that. And that's how we keep being in a deficit every single year.
So but they ain't putting it in their own pockets, right?
Well,
So it'd be a whole lot of stuff going on.
If I had that information, I promise you, I'd have been done let it out. Those things, unfortunately, y'all already know those things have happened before.
Oh yeah.
These are not a secret. Some of the biggest and most powerful people in this county have been caught for embezzling or misappropriating funds, but not what I have found. What I have found seems more to be of a incompetence issue, and I say that very vaguely. but it's leadership, top leadership. I'm not talking about departmental heads per se. I'm talking about your county commissioners,
Right.
your county managers, and the county attorney, and all those folks. Those, when I say incompetence of leadership, I'm pointing at that group, not at
Okay.
department heads.
So, who handle all the decisions? Like the last person to say yes?
That's a
Or
great
no?
question. We have a managerial chain of command here in Anson County. So the county commissioners are your elected officials, and they set the policy, they set the oversight, they set the vision for Anson County. From there, you have a county manager. That county manager is over every single department, every employee of the Anson County government. So I would say the buck's gonna fall on the commission in most cases. But as far as the issues that I have found for the water department, it's gonna fall on the county manager because he is the one that is doing day-to-day managerial of the county. Managing day-to-day operations, that's the county manager. So the buck falls with him to get those information to the commissioners in a way where it's gonna get resolved. So it's a seesaw effect, but with our chain of command, it falls on the county manager at the end of it.
So with the rates on the water going up, that's got something to do with all this?
It does, absolutely it does. The rates are going up because Anson County has historically kept the same rate no matter what. We went through a recession in 2007.
Yeah.
We're about to go through something I think similar in my opinion. Now, the rates are solely by the commission, but they have stayed stagnant. So being on that LGC unit assistant list, there's two sides of that coin. There's a water and sewer side. They have their own budget. And then you have the finance side. So it's my belief that the finance side just got cleared, but we're still on that list because of water and sewer. Their budgets do not, at the end of the year, they barely break even. So the cash in, that's fine. I'm not talking about that. When you got depreciation of assets, when you have that accounting errors in there, that's where the problems start to happen. That's where you start to see the negative loss. And that's because our system's old, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a lot. That's a big grand scheme of it, but that's how people like me and you, we get lost. We care about what we care about, and we entrust those individuals to do the right thing.
That's right.
But they haven't been doing that. Main accountability standards. When you go to your employer, you have set accountability standards. If you don't meet those requirements, you will not have a job.
That's right.
At Anson County, it's not been that way.
You gonna stay?
And you know what? Some of them need to be. Some of them need to stay because it's not inherently their fault. It's more of the way they have been trained to how it goes. It's been improper, in my opinion.
They're still in the
I
old
get what you're
ways.
saying, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
About 92, 93, things started changing in this county, and that's because businesses left. But we still had that same type of mentality, but we didn't have the industry here to save us.
Right.
Revenue neutral taxes are great for communities that have a surplus of money and they have industry in the area. That is not this place. So if we're going to do revenue neutral, we're going to have to come up with other ways to make money.
Right.
We're going to have to, because if not, all the burden's on me and you.
Okay, so the businesses people be wanting to start, why would they be getting shut down? Well, not shut down, but like they won't let them start it up.
I think it goes along with that mindset. Unfortunately, there's a lot of wealthy people here that own a lot of structures. I don't want to say industry, but a lot of business buildings, and they dictate their opinion of that business. If they don't believe in it, they just won't.
Cause we got a lot of abandoned buildings.
Absolutely. And I've got a lot of ideas, but I have to know my bounds and know where I've been really working hard at. And I've been working hard on getting that foundation built. And it's critical that the water system gets straight. It's critical that our county finances are making the right decision. So when I say the right decision, I'm not saying the political decision, I'm not saying the popular decision. No one wants to pay taxes, no more taxes than they have to. The issue is we are at a crossroads right here in Anson County right now. We could grab a hold of the future, because the fact is metropolitan and Charlotte area is growing.
You ain't right.
Their own citizens are being priced out of their communities. That's why we're starting to see an influx here.
Right.
We need to capture that to add to the tax base, but to be able to do that,
Right.
you're gonna have to have a suitable water system, suitable schools. If you don't have these two, you're not gonna bring in industry. You're not gonna have growth. This place will die.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion.
I heard, is they still supposed to make like a toll road going around?
Yes, a bypass. Yeah, so that's a great
We would be
question.
done then.
I wouldn't say we'd be done. If we do what we're supposed to do, it's gonna be a help. Now, it's gonna hurt businesses around Anson County. It's gonna hurt gas stations. It's gonna hurt a lot of things where our traffic is flowing through. Absolutely. But the net return, I really believe it's gonna give us that extra kick. And I'm talking about kick as in tax base, bringing people here, especially on the western side of the county. It's gonna invite people to come here and live, but they're not gonna come and live without water and good schools.
They need
right.
that.
Yeah. And we're a great county. We have a big water system as far as a county. You go to Union County, they don't have a very broad water system. Their outskirts of Union County, the rural land, they mainly work off well. We don't. We have a high water system. It covers a good portion of this county. Rurally is what I'm talking about. Not in Waysboro or in Lawsville per se, but the outskirts. So.
Well, our water come from PD, right?
Our water comes from Blewett Falls Lake, out of the Smith Creek. I don't know what you call it, Smith Creek section of Blewett Falls would be the southern portion of Blewett Falls. If you've ever been down there, when you come out of the new boat landing and go out to that big island, you get close to that big island, you're gonna hang a left. That's Smith Creek near the old policeman cabin type of thing. Yeah, that's where our water intake comes in. It gets pumped up the hill to the water filtration plant. And then from there, once it gets filtered, we have a few storage tanks. So there's one in Lawsville, I think it's a 3 million gallon underground storage. Waysboro has, I think, 1 million gallon storage, and Burnsville has a storage. I don't think it's online. White Store area has a storage, but I don't think it's online either.
Okay.
And we just store all the good water up on the ground.
Yeah. What I'll say to that is our infrastructure is old. Okay, and when you have an aging infrastructure, you have to upgrade it. We've had, at least since 2010, what's called a capital improvement plan. That capital improvement plan is for the county to be able to see it on paper, what needs to be fixed, and a process of when to fix it. The county started following that plan, but somewhere around 2015, I don't know what happened, but things stopped. And we have updated that capital improvement plan, but it's not being followed through yet. The reason why is because they don't have the money. And you were talking about the rates. They've steadily increased the rates little by little, but we've seen no change.
Yep, you're right.
That's the frustrating part. Here's the thing. I was talking about our water quality and things like that, and I had a citizen comment on a video about there's water being dumped in a creek along 74 near Peaches and Cream.
What you mean?
I didn't know either. I was like, what is he talking about? And I show up and I couldn't believe my eyes. So the video that's online on Facebook,
I think I seen it.
yeah, 125,000 views. You're seeing the first reaction, and I wanted it that way because I had a feeling if I saw what I thought I was about to see, something that was unexcusable, that I wanted people to see the anger that I had. And when I seen it, it made me furious because I had been reading data, reading these reports, and there was a report saying that we were losing 2.7 million gallons a day.
What?
That is unaccounted for. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It ended up coming out that it was 220 million gallons a month they would treat, around 86 million gallons a month they would send out to customers. That's what's paid for. We have 130 million gallons that's unaccounted for. We got a problem. You know, you run that over
Right.
a lifespan of a year, that's $8 million.
But what is dumping it?
So I don't believe all of it is just disappearing into the ground. I think a good portion of it, I know, I've
What's
seen
like
it.
it's like a pipe or something over there?
Yeah, it's a
or-
12-inch main line that feeds the western side of the county. It has a blow-off valve that when pressure gets too high, it is created to release that water for a temporary amount of time. But to my knowledge, that thing's been running for years.
So we need
That's
some new
crazy
pipes.
though, man.
We
Or
do.
something new to like stop that.
We need a plan. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The state of North Carolina has told Anson County what to do. You're gonna have to be self-sufficient, and this is in writing. You have to be at a self-sufficient rate. Well, that is not happening. Even with the increases over the years, we're still not self-sufficient. And they've told us they're not gonna give us any grants till we get that rate at a self-sufficient rate. And then the other caveat, you have to be investing or reinvesting back into yourself. At that point, we will give you grants. So they know, they've known for about 8 years now what they have to do. They just don't want to do it.
That's wild, Brad. That's wild right there, boy.
Oh, it gets even
Right.
deeper.
So
It
we're
gets,
still losing water right now while we talk.
yeah, so that valve's never been shut off. It's never been shut off. Oh, it
my
gets,
God.
huh. Yeah, so I got a phone call, said, well, you talking about that? You ain't seen nothing till you go see this. And I said, there's no way. And I went to Clark Mountain and Vintage Road there. That is where the underground storage is. I parked on the side of the road. You could hear it from the road running into that pond. So I followed the sound.
Fresh water.
I could smell it before I could see it. You could smell the chemicals. And I'm not saying our water is full of chemicals, but I'm just telling you, when you have a concentrated amount of water like that,
Gotcha.
you're gonna smell it. It's not gonna be as much if it comes out of your faucet, but I could smell it. I could smell it as the day is long. I'm telling you,
Right.
it
You
was
just
now-
going in on pond water.
goes into a pond. It's just like this one down here. It goes into a creek. It goes into Gould's Fork, Goulds.
Okay.
All right, from that Gould's Fork, it goes down to a creek, and then from that creek, it goes to the PD River, which
Okay.
is
So
going
it's
to
like
dump.
we're recycling all over again.
Absolutely, and
And
it's,
we already, it's fresh, like,
oh, it's fresh. It's
like-
wasted dollars.
yeah, waste.
Yeah, you're paying millions, and when I say millions, I mean millions of dollars to treat that water, to go through the process, and then just to put it
There's
back.
gotta be why the rate is going up too, though. There's
That's
gotta
crazy, man.
So
somebody gotta pay for some.
I'll say this: it does go in hand to why prices are the way they are right now. But I think if you stop the leaks, and when I mean the leaks, if that valve's not putting off in a creek, if that overflow from the storage tanks, if it's not flowing back into the creek, that's a savings right there to the taxpayers immediately. But the rates, y'all may not agree with me. I'm here to tell you, you've been getting a discount rate for water in Anson County for the last 20, 30 years. And those days they're numbered. It's going to end, and it's going to end because Anson County takes and puts their big boy pants on and does it, or the state's going to take over Anson County and they're going to do it. So one way or the other, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And we don't want the state to take over. We don't need nobody from Raleigh down here telling us what to do.
Yeah.
But at the same token, we got to play the game the way it's supposed to be played, and that's getting our house in order. That's what I'm here to do.
Would it be a bad thing if Raleigh was to take over though?
All right, so from me, personal standpoint, absolutely, it'd be an embarrassment. But as a whole, for the county, it may just be what we need. I don't want Raleigh down here. I don't think that they're in touch with the citizens of Anson County. The citizens of Anson County, we're this far from making a change. It's this far, but what keeps happening is we keep getting divided amongst each other, among race, among politics.
Yeah, man.
That's the name of the game,
Yeah.
divide and conquer. If we can beat that battle,
Everybody
us,
just come together.
I think we can make the change for better where Raleigh doesn't have to come here. If we can stop voting on party lines or stop this racial division on both sides, both white and black, we can move together into the next Anson County, because what's going to happen is in 10 to 20 years, As a group from Charlotte or Union County, they're going to be able to get that, make that happen, create that cohesion, and they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So why not us do it now, set the precedent, what we want to do, what we want. We want
Right.
industry, we want
Right.
jobs, we want an opportunity. And that's going to take money, it's going to take good schools,
Yep.
and clean water.
And good people in office.
Absolutely, that's
gonna
another
listen
thing.
and do their job.
That's another thing. And here's something that I think a lot of people don't understand. When we get to talk about taxes, you get people that are straight-minded.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't put them on either side. You can't talk to them any type of way. They know what they want. But the fact is that Anson County is in a predicament right now. And if we're going to change, we're going to have to increase taxes at some point. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year. But if the state takes over, I promise you, they're not going to care about
Yeah,
you
you're
or
right.
you
You're
or
right.
me. They're going to look at the paper and say, okay, it takes 26 cents right now to balance the budget. So that's a high tax increase. You know, they were just talking about 9 cents the other day, and people were losing their minds. What happens if the state comes in and says, okay, it takes 26 cents
Right.
per $100 valuation to balance that budget. We don't care. That's what's going to happen. You know what's
Yeah.
going to happen here? People are going to have to pay it, or they're going to have to leave.
Yep.
And there's enough people here. I ain't saying enough people here. There's enough people wanting to move here. They got the money. They'll do it.
Yeah.
Promise you.
Yeah.
But I think that it's a testament to what I've been doing, to where Anson County we could be. So it's not just the water going off in the tree. All right, fire hydrants. There's over 150 fire hydrants in this county that are not working and haven't worked
That's
for
crazy.
years. There's one right in front of a natural gas power plant down off Blewett Falls Road. It has not worked for 4 years.
So if something catch on fire, what they gonna do?
I'm telling you.
Exactly.
That's my question.
Exactly.
What they gonna do?
Exactly.
What they, so
It's gonna burn down.
I'm not afraid to call the insurance, committee, the
Right.
commission. I'm not afraid to call the LGC. I'm not afraid to call these folks, but it doesn't matter. I'm one man.
Mm-hmm.
I need people like y'all to call your commissioners, call your representatives, and you say, hey, I seen Mr. Holley's video. I talked to Mr. Holley, and he said to check on this.
Right.
So I need you to
But
check
is
on
the
it.
fire hydrants working in these neighborhoods? We need to make, if
Like
they ain't working
in the major,
you got major
you know what I mean?
neighborhoods.
Mhm.
Like,
I know that the town of Wadesboro is different from Anson County, but I think that they are having some of the same struggles that everybody else is having. They put in the request, and the requests don't get fixed. So I can't answer you on whether the fire hydrants locally in your neighborhoods are working or not, but I think that if it's within the city limits, it's something that needs to be answered. I think that brings up a great point, because if, at a minimum, we need to have all fire hydrants near neighborhoods and homes, they need to be operable.
my bad. But is it like a fire truck with water already on it?
Great point, absolutely. But we're talking about a 1% chance. We're talking about a 1% scenario, okay? They very rarely happen, and I feel like the leadership is talking about that, those numbers. It's only a 1% chance. Well, it doesn't matter. If the fire truck for some reason runs out of water or something happens, we need to know you're paying for it. You're paying tax for it. So it needs to be fixed. We need to know that that fire happens, that situation happens, that we have the security, that they're gonna go up to that fire hydrant and they're gonna hook up to it. And here's another issue. There are fire hydrants in this county that don't work, but they don't have out of service symbols on them. So they're gonna find out the hard way, just like in front of that power plant down in Lowesville. There's no sign on it that says not working. It's just a pipe that's off.
So a company or a homeowner, they could sue Anson because the fire hydrant don't work, like if they house catch on fire, right?
I think it's definitely a possibility.
I think
Yeah,
it
because
would
like
be
you
too.
probably could have
Yeah.
saved my house if this fire hydrant would work.
Right, man.
Yeah, and I know
You know what I'm saying?
it's a direct reflection of your insurance, your home insurance prices. If your fire hydrants are not popping up as they're passing inspections, the insurance commission doesn't send out an APB out and say it's got a fixed fire hydrant. They just run your price up.
Oh, that's crazy. That's messed up. Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, this county is full of families with disabilities or single incomes. I mean, it's a death trap waiting to happen, a lawsuit waiting to happen, and I'm telling you, that's one that I don't think we're gonna buy our way out of.
Right.
We're already broke as a joke, man. We ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. So it's bad right now. I just wish people would take it seriously.
Right, man. We need to be more aware of what's going on, man. For real. Like, this is crazy, man.
The water department's one. That's a pivotal one. But it's in every department. Every department for the county government is cut thin, and they're running on very little. And you look at our schools. I'm telling you, we're going to have an issue coming up. Recently, they asked for $3 million to fix a leaking roof in Lylesville Elementary School. That's been leaking since they built the school. So we couldn't. You telling me we couldn't save a little here, a little there along the way?
Right.
But what I feel is going to happen is every year after year, they're going to keep coming and they're going to ask for more money. But we're already hold on one second. I'm going to put a cross on it. We were $4 million in the deficit this year, okay? Meaning they're having to run the government out of the savings account just to make it go, just to keep it going. Well, if they didn't ask for $3 million, and we didn't give them $3 million, we'd only be looking for $1 million or $1.5 million. That's a lot easier to find than $4.5, $5 million. And it's going to continue to happen where they're going to keep asking for more and more and more and more, and we don't have it. Nobody has it, and the state ain't giving it to them. So how can we give it to you if the state doesn't have it? You know, sorry to interrupt you, but it's a very important notion for people to know that they were asking for money to fix something that they've known the entire time that building's been up, that something's wrong with it, and they're not helping our situation. I'll say that.
Why we don't get like somebody local like to fix the school?
I think that
they probably won't even charge that much.
I think that you bring a great point, and I brought this up to the superintendent. I'm going to bring it up to the commission on Tuesday night. I believe that we need to have an ad hoc committee. I don't know what that means. I just think I've heard it before. I think it sounds good. But what I mean is we need to have county commissioners, Board of Education, and then each municipality needs to send 2 representatives, their mayor and their clerk. And then we need to have professionals, like you're talking about. We need to have engineers. We got them here.
Right.
Doctors, lawyers, plumbers, electricians, the whole nine. We need an all hands on deck committee to start laying the problems out. Each organization, school or the county, mainly the schools, but start throwing in, chipping in, helping, doing something. If the county water, they need a generator right now. I think that somebody in the county probably can have one here very quickly for us to, just in case we need them. Or like you're talking about, help us fix the roof. They might even do it for free. If we don't ever ask, we're never
going to know. I got a homeboy that fix that roof right now.
Yeah, I heard that roof was engineered wrong from the first place. So it's a little bit more than throwing hail. I mean, not throwing hail, throwing new tin on the roof. But we can't say that the hail tore that roof up when it was never engineered in the first place. You know, you just, we got to start with truth. I'm telling you, if you start with truth. Yeah, if we start with the truth and run that route, I think it's going to be a better outcome than just saying, that hailstorm in 2022 that you don't remember happened. You know, it just sets a precedent to continue to lie. And that's my opinion. Nobody's told me that from the school system is what's happened, but y'all have all heard things. I've heard things. I've heard the state was going to take over the schools since I've been in school.
Yeah, man.
2006, I started hearing that.
Yeah, I can't believe we got a new school.
That's a whole
I can't believe that.
Well, what happened? How did that happen?
Yeah,
how did we get a new school?
Yeah.
Well, the superintendent at the time went and found a grant money, but it's you know what a grant is, right?
Yeah.
So a grant you have to match, and I think it was a 50-50 match. 15 million is going to be given. Y'all got to come up with 15 million. But what happened from there, I can't tell you, but I'm gonna look into it because I'm definitely interested.
So the school 30 million.
School was 44 million. That math don't add up, does it? You would think 15 and 15, yes, what I said too.
Nah, I know that though.
Oh yeah, and then you know what? I got to be very careful when I talk about this subject because this subject is something I'm not knowledgeable yet. But I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, believe that.
It's supposed to be 30. It's changed. I think the county is in it for 30 right now. 30 million. 30 million that they probably could have been, let's say, fixing the school.
Right.
I mean, not fixing the schools, but fixing the water or
Okay.
fixing that Lyle Elementary School roof. We could have taken $30 million
did something else.
and bought a thing.
Yeah.
But instead, we threw it into a middle school. Hey, we needed a new school. I think maybe we should have went with a high school and then gave
But
it a
that
middle
high
school.
school new too.
Well,
It's kind of new, you know.
But I mean, what you mean?
So that's the original Anson High School. So there was, back in the day, there was two schools. There was a Bowman was the first desegregated. But Anson, before desegregation, Anson, they were the Anson Eagles. And you had Anson High School and you had Wadesboro High School. And you can put two and two together. Anson High School is where the other folks went,
Okay.
and the prominent folks probably went to Wadesboro. And
Right.
I may be speaking wrong. The truth of the matter is that school is just as old. My daddy was born in 1946, and he died in 2015. But he went to high school there.
Okay.
He was in Anson
High
Eagle,
school.
where the 74 it is now, and it was just A building, I think B building, and C
We just
building.
got some new buildings. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
That's some
So,
new buildings.
I think it's been
Like
great.
K building.
Absolutely, the K building's the newest one.
Yeah.
But if it were me, I'd have built a high school, built a proper high school, and then turned the middle school to the adjacent middle school. And then at some point, you could either build on one side, build you a new middle school, 20 years, or you could start tearing down A, B, and C building, the H building, and put some trailers in there and make them build a new middle school right there. That's me, but we got a new middle school, and if you haven't been there yet, I really try to get yourself time to go down there and look at it before
was talking
school
about that
starts.
the other day.
You need
People ain't
to.
go down now.
It's when you come around that corner and you look down the hill, I want you to think about $44 million and tell me what you see.
Now I know how much it costs when I
Oh,
go back
man.
there.
Oh,
I'm about to
man.
ride back there yesterday.
See, I was saying 52 million, but a board member corrected me.
But do it look like it's 44 million?
Sir, no, it does not. And I told the superintendent that. I can look in this camera right now and say, superintendent, it does not look like $44 million, but
Oh man.
it's a lot better than what they had, and it's a start. I'm a team player.
Okay.
I can get on board, but next time, I promise you, I'll be watching.
What we gonna do with that property out there at the old school?
I think from what I have heard from leaders in the county, they're working on a community center. That's the way I understand it. I don't know that to be fact. I know that somebody is going to do something with it. There's a group that is advocating to take over and save it.
Like trying to help, what's gonna be trying to help out kids down here or something?
I've been told the community.
There's one whole community.
So not just children, there'll be sections for kids, but they want to do things for adults and getting the literacy or people with GED, get them to do that, and to be able to do that, they would take them there. Gymnasium, I've been told, will be a part of it, and the good thing about that, it's been fixed. When I say fixed, it has some structural issues that the school system had to pay to fix. So now we know we're not going to have a gymnasium falling in. In theory, I hope to have kids playing basketball there or something.
Or it can be like a rehab for some people, or like might help out the home zone or something.
Yeah, we have a lot. We really do. And Parks and Rec, I hope that they're getting input in that. They could utilize the resources, is all I'm saying. So I'm hoping that something is done to it. But what I don't want to happen is like J.R. Faison. I could go back in the newspapers and read from the 70s all the way to now. They talked about it almost every year about saving that place.
School across the street.
Yeah, but they never did it.
I always thought they were gonna do something.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, But if they do it 2 years in a row and they ain't done nothing, you got to understand they're not going to do anything, and that's where the citizens have to take it in their own hands, and you have to start fighting if you feel compelled to. And you don't fight with your fist in these games; you have to fight with your mind. So
Right.
that's why it's important.
It's a church now, right?
I don't know what it is.
It's a lot of things.
It's been a lot of things.
It's,
Yeah.
it's it was Oasis down there now. Yeah, it's a part of the restaurant, but the gymnasium itself it's done. You can't save it.
Yeah,
Just fill
back
it.
then when I was young, I used to like go help out the older people, give out food in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to go in there because it's old school.
It's like a soup
mom
kitchen or
used to go
something?
in there. Well, it used to be like back then, like Feed My Land or something.
Okay.
I used to go help give out the food.
Okay, bro. I want to ask you. On a nice sunny day, I just got finished cutting the grass, right? I went in the house, I'm thirsty. Just fix me a big tall glass of ice, you know what I mean? Go for the spigot, give me some water. Now I'm gonna ask you, is that water good to drink?
I think it's legal to drink. But I'll say this,
Oh, man.
being respectful. Our water department, the field employees, they work hard. They just do what they're told. But this is what I can tell you.
I'd be scared to drink faucet water.
I don't drink it. I don't drink. I have to shower in it. We're getting a filtration system at our house, which is relatively cheap.
Right,
I'm
right,
telling
right.
you, in the grand scheme of things, relatively cheap. But when it comes to drinking the water from Anson County, I buy bottled water. I do not drink it. But if you take your cup, you fill it up, and you see color, which last night I had brown water, or you see like turbidity, and you need to really research water. You can, when you swirl it around and you start to see them things in there, that ain't necessarily right. And you can see all this stuff I'm saying. I'll send you a link.
Okay.
And that way you can look, because the water standards haven't been updated since the 80s, and our water system, I'm telling you, it's not the healthiest. It may be legal, but that does not mean it's healthy.
I'd be scared to drink.
So when people, let's just say for the folk who make Kool-Aid, right? Or things that require like lemonade, things that require you add some water to it, man. So when we make that stuff, it ain't no good.
I don't want to say that. I really don't want to say it, but I don't do it.
Right.
And if I don't do it, I don't recommend anybody else to do it.
Right, I got you.
Bottled
bro.
water.
I got you.
Yeah, we keep bottled water. Last time we were using faucet water, we started noticing, and this is just the truth, our dogs started getting these lumps.
Wow.
All right, and so over a culmination of like 8 years, one of our dogs died from that cancer. Those lumps were cancerous, and my other dogs got them now. And the veterinarian from Richmond County, he told us it's the water. He said stop giving them tap water and give them bottled water, and see if you see a slowdown or you don't see any growths popping up anymore. And we haven't. Now the growths on Woody, our oldest dog is still alive, he still has them. They're not getting any bigger, and they're not, as many of them. They're not popping up everywhere like they were popping up.
I give my dog bottled water already.
Yeah,
And I made my ice. I use bottled water to make my ice.
I think I'm gonna have to start giving my dog bottled water.
And
now.
I hate to say this, but think about it. The filtration part of it, they just now got 4 filters working. There's, it might be 2. It's either 2 or 4, but either way, the other ones are inoperable.
How many are they supposed to have working?
I don't know the law. I think that they're required to do certain things. I don't think the filtration is necessarily a part of it, because if it was, the state of North Carolina got onto them.
Right.
That's where the chemicals come into play. And when I say the chemicals, it's offsetting what the filtration is not getting at.
Right.
But if the filters are not working as they should, and you're not putting in the chemicals as you should, which that has been written, documented before, so that's not coming just from me, then what do you think is going to happen? I made some videos about organic matter, and it really, if y'all watch them, it really will open up your eyes, and you'll start to see from that video, you'll start to say, hey, I remember smelling something. I remember seeing something.
Let everybody know where they can find your video.
Yeah, so on Facebook it's just Charles Holley, Holley. I'm the carburetor, not the tree. Anson County, Lylesville, I think it was on there. If you go to my reels and you go down, you'll find them. I have a water video series I started back before, I think it was in March, right after I lost that Republican primary county commissioner race for District 2. I started saying, hey, I still want these things to be talked about. I don't want us to just go back to regular business. So that's why I started all that stuff.
Okay.
So you gonna run again?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to run again. I don't know if it's going to be for county commissioner. It may be for school board. I think that anybody that's a leader, it doesn't matter whether you're on here or you're on there. It doesn't matter. You bring value, and I know I bring value to the table, and so I do plan on running again. I just don't know for what.
So if you would get commissioner, like, would you change everything that you want change now, though? Or would you let them tell you what? Because I don't know, because some like, even though somebody's still telling the head person like something too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a chess game. There's a game inside of a game inside of a game, and that's, you have a county manager, you have a county attorney, and then you have the county commission. So there's some people in that chain of command inside the bureaucracy, so bureaucrats, they're hired help, that think less of the commission because they're part-time, and those people are people that play both sides. So to answer your question, I can't do what I want to do. I have to work to do what I have to do to get what we can get. So that's building relationships with other commissioners. That's one thing that would set me apart from other ones. I am not stuck to one agenda. My mind can change depending on the information I'm given. But I'm going to build relationships with the other commissioners so I can learn who's who. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, he's a bad or he's a good. No, I just need to know who's good, who's not. And if there are any, I don't mean to offend nobody, but I would also build a relationship with the county manager, county attorney, and then I'm going to try to start building a relationship with departments so I can better understand the situation. But I don't think if I were commissioner, I'd get everything. It's going to be hard, period. But what I would do is try my best to build relationships and build those aspects that are critical, but you really don't think about them too often. Those social cues to be able to start from there to try to get things that I want. And one thing that I talked about in my county commissioner race, water was going to increase. If I had it my way, it'd probably be county out in the outskirts. You're looking at $40 to $60 for your monthly bill. Does that suck? Absolutely. But in my mind, I'm thinking 1 to 2 years of that, we can get a grant. Then the cost will be offset, and we can lower the water bills. But you're going to have to eat it at some point. So that's it's one of the things.
You gotta make some sacrifices.
Right now, we have no choice. It sucks. And I think that if this year, if our county commission runs revenue neutral, I think it's a nail in the coffin to ask the state to come down.
Right.
It's going to put more eyes on us. The LGC is going to start looking at us, and we're really one water capital infrastructure breakdown or mistake away from a big problem. You might not be able to afford to fix it. So, yeah.
One question I know, like the water tanks, like the towers, like we use that water too. I never know.
I think so. I think you do. Now, the town of Wadesboro, they don't make their own water anymore. They have their own system. They buy from the county, but it's to my understanding that the water towers are still in use other than Burnsville. But that is soon to change as well.
Will that still be letting some water out? I remember back in the day, they used to
You would see it falling out.
Yeah, falling out.
Yeah, where it come out the top, where it overfilling.
Yeah.
So I hope not, but
that's losing money right now.
It's always a possibility, but here's the thing: if I had to say, it's going to run out in Lylesville first because it has a overflow at the top of the tank. So that's what I videoed the other day. The water coming out from under that underground tank. It's got a pipe that runs under the road and it dumps out in that pond. If you're going to see something leaking, it's going to be there because We're not going to be like when you were growing up anymore. You know, I'm telling you, if people see that, they are going to call it in, and it's going to be on Channel 9 News probably. And I got Channel 9 News going to do a story on Monday as well.
Cool.
Yeah, they came down last week and interviewed me, so I think change is coming. We just got to keep beating on that door. We got to keep beating on it. And I need y'all to beat that door down and tell them what you want.
Yes,
One
sir.
more question.
Yeah.
Like like what we holding the water at? Like, you ever seen that, or you can't see it? It's like on the ground, like, you know, like the fresh water.
So I've never seen it. I possibly could have seen it before I come to what I'm doing, but I don't think anybody will get to see what they need to see. If you walked into that filtration plant and you saw the things that I have seen, because I've never been in there, but I've seen pictures, you would, I'm telling you, be mad. You'd be mad as a wet setting hen. And some of the stuff I can send you, they're public documents. You'll look at it just through the picture and you're saying, what in the world?
I'm saying, so it's like a big tank and it's just holding all the water.
So that storage tank is basically a big cement box in the ground, and it'll have a building that's over top of it, and it'll have pumps and things that'll be able to, you know, pump the water out. But yes, it's a big concrete tank in the ground, and it'll have I think a 12-inch pipe, or it's either 6 or 12, pretty sure it's 12-inch pipe that's up at the top, so any excess goes out the pipe and not up into the floor and up into the electronic stuff. So
I went on a field trip one day, to the plant.
Oh, yeah?
A long time ago,
yeah, the filtration plant.
yeah.
So I went there as a child. I don't remember it.
Okay.
A long time ago.
Yeah, I was told we went there. And so if you, when you go to that filtration plant, if you take the left on the Clark Mountain Road, that first building on the right with the fence around it, that's where I'm talking about. That's the underground storage.
And nobody go there.
Yeah, it is a secure facility, especially since 9/11. All that stuff is secure. I don't know the technical name to it, but the water filtration plant the same way. That's why there's a
People work there every day.
I think at the water filtration plant, somebody's there all the time, I believe.
Okay.
Now that other facility, the underground storage, there's not anyone there at all times. They come in to check, and I think by law they have to come in there and they have to write down they're coming in there.
But you can't see the water though, can you? It's just,
No.
it sits behind that water.
It sits underground, but I tell you, if you have seen that water video, that's what it looks like. I'm telling you, the water's clear.
Now, I just want to see like how much it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it look like a little pond. You know what I'm saying? How much it is.
It looks like a cistern, I would think. I'm sitting here thinking about it. It would look like if you've ever seen a cistern that's in the ground with the lid off of it, it's probably going to just look like that. It's going to be a cold. It's going to be a creepy looking place.
Yeah.
It's probably going to have some grime and gruck, but it's not. It's going to be, as the most part, that water's going to be clear as the day is. So.
Yeah.
I know I said one question, but
You keep going.
I got another one. Like, so if we was to like do new things, like get all that rebuild, what would we have to do?
What new thing?
I'm saying like we always gonna have that same place where the water is, and we ain't gonna never have to change that.
I think yes, I see where you're going. Absolutely. We're going to have to change at some point. Raw water intake's about to fall into the lake. So that'll have to come up the hill a little bit further. The filtration plant, I would suppose, would be put in a different place because the existing one is still there. It's not that it's in the greatest of positions, but yes, as far as infrastructure, it's probably over the next 10 to 20 years, the locations are probably going to change.
But the water won't dry up like at our houses or nothing, will it?
Right now, I don't think
While
so,
they're fixing it.
but that's always a possibility. So no, if you're doing it right, you're planning it right, you're looking at 10 years before you ever start working on it. So an entire water system, I don't know if they've told y'all, it's gonna take like $1 billion, $1 billion with a B.
And we ain't got
To fix our stuff. Yeah, no, we don't have, we got $8 million, if that, and we gotta save that for everything. We gotta save that for DSS, and that's another thing, like, we have the #1 DSS director in the state of North Carolina, Lula Jackson, and she has to work out of a building that has historically been known for mold and mildew. But she she has the most vulnerable kids that she has staying in that facility. Now, I'm not saying they're staying inside mold and mildew. It's a possibility. So you have the #1 DSS director in the state in one of the worst county-owned buildings in the county. It's hard to bring good employment, to bring good DSS employees
That's right.
in this county working for the pay they work for, because it's already low pay. And then on top of that, they work in a building that sometimes is referred to as the dungeon. You gotta be kidding me.
I know.
Yeah, see, they don't think I know that. But see, I was going to go into each and every department, but I had to start to remember people like Lula Jackson and others that are they're doing good, and they don't necessarily want to bring heat on because of them. So I had to think about those folks, and just stay where I had to be instead of where I could be. It's important that water system. I'm telling you, that water system has to get fixed, or else we're going to be in a world of hurt.
Right.
Doomed.
Yeah. This county will never grow. In fact, they'll split it up. They'll call it Anson, part of it Richmond, part of it Union, part of it Stanley. Anson will be
for real. Yeah,
that's
for
the
real.
cheapest route.
Yeah.
That is the cheapest route.
divide
For
us
real.
up.
It would be cheaper to offset us 3 ways, and Union extend their stuff into ours, Richmond, and Stanley extend, than to ever give us $1 billion. They're not going to give us $1 billion. So it's bad, y'all.
Y'all don't want to be called Monroe, do you?
I don't definitely want to be called Richmond County. No offense to people from Richmond County, but I was grown up to just hate the Richmond Raiders. So I still have that philosophy. So if I want to be Anson, I am Anson pride all the way.
Yeah.
I love this place.
We can't have that happen, y'all. Dang.
We appreciate you for coming through.
No, I appreciate
sir,
the invite.
for real,
Call me
for
back
real.
anytime, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Anytime. I'll come on down.
This concludes another episode of My Hood or Your Hood. Zone, Save Boy. And I guess we'll see you next show.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Go Bearcats.
Yeah.